Terra Luna Classic just took a pretty heavy dip in line with the market, 15% down on the day. What does it mean? And ultimately, why has this happened? Add all of that in to 937 million Luna Classic has been minted today. Is this the end, or is there a bit more to this? Well, I'm going to give you some in-depth look at some statistics that you might just want to understand, and equally what those coins are going to be used for. So if that's something like the sound of, be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with everything going on with Luna Classic, as well as the broader cryptocurrency market. And let's get into the video. So you can see here this massive spike on the 15-minute chart. So you can see we went from the 15.2 range all the way down to the 12s, which is an insane drop. You can see this massive amount on the money flow coming out. Now, interestingly, we are seeing obviously those sell volumes coming through, which does ultimately, I guess, help, but it's a massive liquidation. We saw the total market have a gigantic liquidation, lost about $80 billion in less than 2 hours, which is absolutely crazy. You can see the rest of the market, ETH at 8.2%, Matic at 10%, Luna Classic 15.5%, albeit has come back a little bit, which is a positive. But you can just go down the list and see some massive sell-offs. Now, is this market manipulation? Is this the Fed or the government bodies trying to pull back in the reins? We saw some pretty bullish movements the last couple of days, but we have seen a big sell-off. All of that combined with the fact that we minted 937 million Luna Classic today. Now, a lot of people have been very divided on proposal 11030 in particular, why it's going to be used, what are we doing with it, and also the concern sitting around Binance. Will Binance no longer support this burn? Well, here it is, 1130, like we said, the separation of Rebel Station from TFL backend infrastructure and assets. Now, I've gone through this in a number of videos, but you can see there the number 937,500 is the total number of Luna Classic minted. Now, minted from the community pool. You can see the community pool taking a pretty big hit, and we can also see that on this stat here. You can see there the top 2 billion was where we currently sat. In less than 24 hours we see that massive amount minted. Now we have come back up, which is a positive thing, back up to 1.4 billion in terms of Terra Luna Classic, but a pretty big sell-off. What was it all about and why did we do it? Well, ultimately it is supporting the separation of Rebel Station from Terra Luna, the original. And I think there is a couple of important factors to this. Mobile applications, desktop applications, Finder applications, all moving to a Rebel Station backend, which ultimately for the long term is a positive thing. Here is the problem: $150,000 to do that, which doesn't help when we get the market that we've just had, because that $150,000 now is now worth $127,000. You can see here 937 million is in the wallet, so it has been done, has been minted as per the graph there. Now, what else are we seeing? Why are we seeing such an aggressive sell-off? Well, we can see here that we are seeing significant moves out of exchanges. So we can see up here the Binance on-chain volume. People are moving out of Binance. Yes, there was some movement on-chain, which obviously we know is taxed at the 0.2%, but you can see there 16.3 billion Luna Classic moved out of Binance. Now, this is part of the broader crypto movement, which is people are getting off exchanges. Terra Luna Classic is no different. Now, the problem we have is mainstream media. People are talking about cryptos going to, nothing. We are seeing significant sell-off. We can also see the Qcoin wallet as well. We can see the volume in the Qcoin wallet is relatively stable, albeit with just a marginal amount coming out of it. So all in all, a pretty crazy last couple of hours where we're seeing significant selling off from a number of parts of Terra Luna Classic. Now, when we take a look at what's going on, like I said, the stats up 42.36 billion, which is always a positive for yesterday. I would expect to see a significant step on in terms of volume. Again, remember that's taxed at 0.2. Community pool is starting to build back up, and our staking ratio maintains a strong level at that 13.08%. But like I said, it's a big risk that we have. Again, very divided both in terms of this voting procedure. You can see quite a few abstained. Ultimately, overwhelmingly, a lot of people did vote yes, but I know in the community it was certainly a question. Now, again, all nodes being the biggest at nearly 18% will have a massive sway on that vote. Time's going to tell with this. In the long term, I think it's the right thing. In the short term, to mint nearly 1 billion Lunar Classic. I am not sure that is the, or was the correct thing, but like I said, time will tell. Ultimately, we then become our own layer 1. We don't rely on Terra from Labs anymore, and I think all of that is a positive news, but it's only positive if we are getting new holders, we are increasing volume, and more importantly, we have applications building on the network, building on the layer 1, and at the same time building the layer 2. And I think if we get all of that, then we have a chance. If not, it could be a pretty rough ride, certainly in the short term. Long term, I am still bullish on Terra Lunar Classic. I still believe in it long term. Again, you can see here on the volume there, 88% up in the last 24 hours, near 100 million. So we do obviously get that Binance burn that I talked about in a previous video. I'll link that down in the description. But we will see what happens. It's a big day for Lunar Classic. It's a big day for cryptocurrency. Let's see what happens. Hopefully tomorrow brings some green candles. But let me know in the comments down below, what's your opinion on the market crash? Why do you think we have just descended like we have? 15% on Lunar Classic, 6% on Bitcoin, 7.5% on Ethereum. Pretty crazy. As ever, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate it. Turn notification bell on so you know we go live and upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.